We've got news about Spider-Man 4. We've got news about GTA 6, Peacemaker Season 2, and a whole lot more. And ladies and gentlemen, before we get into this episode, you know what comes up first.
Welcome to the Lights, Camera, Rant podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Lights, Camera, Rant. As always, I'm your wonderful guest, Mr. Rant. Sorry, wonderful host, Mr. Rant. Where did I get guests from? Well, what an interesting week we've had. I must say, with everything that's going on, the news of some good things, bad things, more bad things, and a little bit more bad things, but with some good news in between. Especially the beginning of this week is not how I thought this was going to go, but hell, here we are. And not to mention, we are currently right now only 4 days away from my big day where I will be getting married. So the next time you do listen to this podcast or watch this podcast, I will be a married man next Thursday, which is kind of insane to think about. All the planning, all the money, and all the journey just to get to this spot. But yeah, here we are. That's probably the big thing that's going to happen next week, this week, depending on when you're listening. But yeah, next week's episode, I will be a married man. But look, kind of just very surreal. And not to mention, also in the past week, I would also like to say that I did join. I did join Letterboxd, but a few months ago, and I've slowly been tweaking it here and there. Really was trying to get used to how it all works. However, I finally got there in the end, and I think I've got the profile right. I don't know. I've got it under Mr. Rant, so hopefully I have. So any any Letterboxd fans, please hit me up. Give us a follow. I'll follow back. As always, it's going to be called Mr. Rant. We're going to put all our movie collection on there. So only we're going to be reviewing on both on the podcast. We're also going to be reviewing on Letterboxd as well. It's probably something I should have jumped on a lot sooner, but I didn't. I was like, I always looked at the background. I was like, okay, that's cool. Yep, I understand it. Yep, that's for a written review. And until the other couple of months ago, I was like, all right, I probably really should step in and step up and join it and actually check it out. And so far, so good. I did have a few months. I was just liking movies. Didn't realize I actually had to add them to my catalog. So it was fun realizing that on what you actually had to do. So, but yeah, the link will be in the bio for this episode. So Mr. Rant and Letterboxd, definitely go check us out. Also, what I've been cooking up and really excited for is that we've added a lot more to the merch store. We've added 4 brand new designs to the merch store, both on t-shirts and jumpers. We've also got some new caps and hats as well. So definitely go check them out. We've got Arrive, Rant, Leave. Then we've got Rant Mode Activated. And we've also got Rant Hard, of course, inspired by Die Hard. And we also got Warning, I'm about to rant about your favorite film. So definitely go check them out. We're always trying to look how to expand the merch store. So if you have any ideas, good or bad, I'm all up for it. Sorry about my coughing. Unfortunately, I've had a cold all week that I've been trying to get rid of. It's not COVID before anyone says it, but we've been trying to get rid of this cold. It's just really just staying on there. And I can't believe that I've got a cold right this close to the wedding, knowing my luck. But yes, the merch store link will be in the bio as well. Definitely go check. All a little bit does help. Any money that does get raised from the merch store goes straight back to this podcast for new gear, new equipment, and new opportunities. So please definitely go check that out. But let's dive into the news, the hits, and the sad misses, which is off the top of the rank. We lost the king this week. We lost James Earl Jones. at the ripe age of 93. This happened very early on the start of the week. I was, I was just at work. I saw the post cut when I was on lunch break. I saw it come through, and I was just shocked, really. This man is my childhood. This is the voice you hear for Darth Vader. This is the voice you hear from Mufasa. And I just couldn't believe it. It's just sad. The man has a incredible filmography, both on filmography and stage as well. And our biggest condolences go to his family, his friends, his pets, on what's a sad passing. And 93 is a really good age. And it's interesting because I was looking at going, wow, the original cast of Star Wars is getting smaller and smaller. It seems like all the time. There's a wonderful photo out there if you do look at it, and it shows you from the original cast, everyone who's a ghost, obviously a Force ghost. And really it's only Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford that are still obviously the youngest. That were one of the youngest that was in that movie. And yeah, it's just, unfortunately, we're all a slave to time, and it's very sad to see the passing of James Earl Jones. Not to mention all the tributes that have come out, all the stuff that everyone's made has just been fantastic. As growing up, if it wasn't, as I said, if it wasn't Darth Vader's voice you heard, it was Mufasa's voice. And it's very sad. And not to mention, I also loved his cameo in Big Bang Theory. That's one of the funniest episodes of Big Bang Theory. And ironically, that is the very first time that James Earl Jones has met Carrie Fisher. In all these years, that's the first time. And not to mention, it's sad as I did like Mark Hamill's tweet where he said "R.I.P. Dad." It's a massive loss for the film industry, stage industry, Star Wars fans across the globe. And it's very sad, and it's never how I want to start these episodes either. Sadly, there's been a few episodes while doing this podcast where the first thing I've had to talk about is an RIP, and it's never good. It's always sad. Always sad to see. And the man has a great legacy, and everyone should honor it the best they can. And watching his iconic performances, and he always will be Darth Vader. But look, let's move on to something a little bit more chipper, if you're a little bit more happy. Deadpool and Wolverine. Now Deadpool Wolverine is still in some theaters. Now it's pretty much its theater run is fully up. Now the biggest question on everyone's minds is, when is it going to be dropping on digital media and Disney Plus? So the rumor going around right now is October is when you'll be able to purchase it, buy it, and watch it on Disney Plus. That's roughly about a time frame. Usually that's the time frame between every Disney movie that comes out to when it will release. I can't wait to watch this when it comes on Disney Plus. I'm really excited, and it's such a good movie. It's well worth that we rewatch. And if you haven't seen the movies, what is wrong with you? Honestly. But this October, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes out. Deadpool Wolverine is meant to be dropping early October. Also, now this is an interesting piece of news that it was almost like a yes, but hang on, at the same time. So right now there's a lot of rumors going around, a lot of negotiations for Spider-Man 4. It hasn't been officially announced, but it is currently in the works, with the original cast all expected to return. But that right now is up for who will be directing it. So John Watson will not be coming back to direct this. He's taking his time, and he's been doing Star Wars Skeleton Crew at the moment. So the rumor is that Dustin, who directed Shang-Chi, will be coming on board to direct Spider-Man 4. And this is the part that I was a bit excited for, and also a bit like, shit. Was like, I saw this news report, I was like, that's a great sorry, that is a great addition. That would be awesome. But then it sunk in. I was like, hang on. What about Shang-Chi 2? So Shang-Chi 2 has not been officially announced, is in the works. Simon Liu has said the fact it is coming, it is being worked on, but no official announcement from Marvel yet. But this is the thing, is like Dustin will be a fantastic addition to Spider-Man universe. He was originally meant to do Kang Dynasty before that went up into shit, and is now Doomsday and Secret Wars, directed by the Russo brothers, which I don't care what anyone says, that is an absolute win. And I know I can already see in the comments being someone be like, man, it's, there's a whole lot of blah. Shut the hell up. It's a win. End of story. But my thing is that, yeah, if you're going to be doing this, are you going to be doing Shang-Chi? Obviously not for the time frame. You're so busy. So the biggest question is, what is happening to Shang-Chi 2? Not when the fact that it's been one of the best post-Endgame movies. The action, the characters, everyone's asking when Shang-Chi is going to come back. The ending's a bit up and down, but when are we going to see that movie when Secret Wars and Doomsday are technically right around the corner, far away, but still close enough. The fact that there is meant to be so many projects that are meant to be coming out, I don't know how we're going to fit them all together. Not to mention, we are getting 4 MCU movies next year. Yes, I don't care. It's not overload. That is a win. End of story. Now, this is something I want to talk about. And if you're looking at this thumbnail, this is massive. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I saw the trailer for Venom 3, I was like, cool. Yep, I will watch it. Kind of excited. It's the end of the trilogy. It's the last one that Tom Hardy is contractually obligated to go and make. And we understand that, okay, more symbiotes are invading Earth. His home has come and found him, and it will be the last dance, as it says in the title. And he's being hunted down. Very similar, Venom 1, Venom 2, probably more Venom 1 than Venom 2. But this is the really cool thing that I found exciting, was that in the trailer, the final trailer of Venom 3 got dropped this week, and there is this scene where Venom says the fact his creator has found him. And we don't get to see a full photo of the creator, but we see it in a dark place with long hair, and which looks to be Knull. So Knull is the Lord, sorry. He is the Lord of Darkness. He is the creator of all the symbiotes. And this is very impressive, because the fact that this has just made this movie a lot more exciting for me, because this guy is like a god. We're talking invulnerability. We're talking speed, super speed, invincibility, strength, flight, insane amount of abilities, dark energy. These first appearances were in 2018. He has ranked up in so many different rankings of top villains that need to appear in the MCU. Unfortunately, he's not appearing in the MCU. He's appearing in Sonyverse, which that's not good. That's not good at all. But this is just something that, this is a villain that's, intense, strong, imposing. Are we going to get that type we're going to see? That type of villain we're going to be seeing? Hey, the Galactic Core Podcast. Thank you for going past the YouTube, man. Always good to see yourself. And this man, as always, definitely go check out his podcast. He's on a small hiatus, but definitely go back and listen to all these episodes and get ready for his massive return, which I can't wait for. They will nerf Knull so badly. Now, sorry. This is something I was afraid of too, is that this man is imposing. This man is like Doomsday. Doomsday. This is like Dr. Doom. This is like Galactus. This is high intensity type of villain. Will he be nerfed dramatically to where he's a pushover and Venom beats him like that? If they do that, they completely waste this opportunity of using this character, and it would just be shit. So shit. And it's going to be one of those opportunities where you watch it and go, he should have been in the MCU, or he should go his own movie. He should have been anywhere else away from Sony. Because Sony have a really intense, pure villain. And I'm not like a pure villain in the sense that not like Loki, not like 3/4 of Marvel villains that have turned into a good guy. I'm talking Ultron. I'm talking again Galactus. I'm talking pure evil to a T. There is no trying to calculate the universe. This is just bad. Darkness, pure darkness, bad. So if they do waste this opportunity with him, it's going to be absolutely shit. And the sad thing is, this is another thing where I was like, yes, and another part of me is like, another part of me is like, shit. Is the fact that, wow, Venom 3 just got a whole lot more interesting, and however, now I've just got a whole lot more worried about Venom 3 with this character appearing. Is that what is Sony going to do with him? How are they going to ruin it? And not to mention, I know your lot of people will be like, oh yeah, Sony's done some good. Sony's done no good. Sony has done 90% bad. That 10% they're good is Venom 1. Madam Web was awful. Morbius was awful. And right now, Kraven the Hunter reshoot. I know a reshoot's always bad, but come on. We all know Kraven is going to be bad. We all know it's going to walk into it's going to be bad. I don't care what you say. It's going to be bad. I'm tired of the Sony verse. They need to retire and let Marvel properly handle the characters. They do. Sony needs to absolutely give up and just call it a day. And they won't because they like money. But the annoying thing is that they're not going to call it a day and keep ruining the Marvel universe. For some reason, they keep thinking, let's make Spider-Man villains with no Spider-Man. Come on, we can make these villains have a dramatic story where they're good and bad, or really struggle, or they could just be pure evil. Like hell, Kraven the Hunter is, huge backstory, yes, but the exciting thing is the last hunt. So, I don't know. I was so that's it. I was so excited with the fact that I saw this character in Venom 3 trailer, but at the same time, I was like, well, this could just be shit. And you're listening, it could be true. Can be true, whatever. But yeah, that's the new Venom 3 villain that's coming, and to get excited or nervous. Now, the other thing is, unfortunately for Disney, Disney is also about to have another lawsuit. Apparently, a good friend of Peter Cushing's has come forward and said that he's currently now suing Disney because they did not have the rights to use Peter and his likeness for Rogue One. Now, Disney did pay $28,000 to the Peter Cushing's estate. However, now that Peter Cushing's friends come forward, and he wants $500,000 from Disney for using his likeness without his permission. This is another Disney lawsuit as well. We got from I forgot her name for the Mandalorian season 1, season 2, who's suing them and being backed by Elon Musk. This is, I don't know, like what I don't understand is what Rogue One's been out for 6 years, I'd say now. 6 years it's been out. Why are you only coming to it now? Like, did someone tip you off saying, hey, you could make a lot of money if you sue? Yeah, there's a lot of money on the table. Like, you don't have to use like this. Like, why is it taking you this long to realize, hey, oh my God, I could make some money? Or, I don't know, you can't turn around and be like, oh, I didn't watch the movie, so I didn't know. I'm like, and obviously, if you didn't watch the movie and you didn't know, that you were not the right person to ask if they can use his likeness for the movie. And I don't know why they're suing him, because as well as, it's a great way to honor the character, which we, similar to what we've seen in Alien Romulus, it's a great way to honor the character, and it doesn't seem creepy. I remember when I saw it on screen, I was like, holy shit. Rogue One does so many things right in getting you ready for A New Hope. It's a movie based on 2 lines that you see at the very start of A New Hope that you don't think twice about. And then when you watch the movie, it gets you so excited for going in to watch New Hope. As soon as I saw Rogue One, I went home and watched New Hope because I went straight into it. It was perfect. But unfortunately, when you're a top dog like Disney, you're going to get a lawsuit here. There is going to be a lot more lawsuits to come. And this ain't going to be the last one. So, unfortunately, Disney, I don't know what you're going to do with this. It's probably just going to be a payout behind closed doors. But yeah, that's another lawsuit for Disney. Now, Peacemaker fans. Now, I know this has probably come to no surprise. Sometimes it might be a little surprise, but do not expect Peacemaker Season 2 to be dropping anytime soon next year. We are looking at late 2025 for this to be dropping. Apparently, shooting is going well, but it's not going very quickly, just with the shooting schedule, everything going on. So, Peacemaker Season 2 will be dropping at the end of next year on HBO Max. I'm very excited for Peacemaker. I know everyone else is very excited for it. That show completely blew me away, especially for a show that I was like, who the F is Peacemaker? Why did he get his own show from Suicide Squad? And who cares? To me going, I need Peacemaker Season 2 now. Of course, this was meant to come out a lot sooner, but obviously James Gunn was tied up with Spider-Man Legacy. Superman Legacy now, just called Superman, that's coming out in July. And I keep remembering the fact that's going to be a huge month with everything else that's coming out that month. But yeah, Peacemaker fans, you're really looking at the end of 2025 for this. So yeah, don't hold your breath, but at least you know it's coming. The last time I saw something about Wednesday Season 2 not coming until 2026. And I was like, why? I don't think it's the case. I think it is meant to come out next year, but if that is also 2026, oh my God. Maybe with a show. I know a lot of things have changed. I know it takes more time and everything like that. I get it. But you know, a show, you have the first season, and next year you get another season. Next year after that, you got another season. Not these 3 to 4 years gaps. Like, God damn. It's just the gaps are so big. And, like, probably a good example is Invincible. We're not going to see Invincible second part of season 3 until next year, which I better be early next year. I'm going to be absolutely pissed. Oh. Now, last week apparently reported that Josh Brolin was up for the role in the Lanterns TV show that will be on HBO Max, which is a buddy cop TV show. Josh Brolin apparently he's declined. And apparently also the second pick was also Matthew McConaughey, who was also declined. I don't think Matthew McConaughey would do very good in this type of role. I feel like that man needs a very particular hero or villain to play in his own movie type of setting. So if they're both gone, so it's currently now it's another ball game. I personally think they need to have like one really young actor and one older seasoned actor to kind of balance it. But I'm really glad that Josh Brolin is not playing the character because that man has played too many comic book heroes and villains, and he needs to step away and do something else. Which, as me and Tom were talking about last week in our review for Beetlejuice, Josh Brolin needs to step away. So I was kind of really glad that he's actually not appearing in this. And unfortunately, again, this will also push back. This will push back the Lanterns show again. Also, not to mention, I forgot to say this before. I said this a couple of weeks ago when this is going to be happening. But we have seen the fact there's official UK open casting call for the brand new Harry Potter TV show that will be dropping on HBO Max in the coming years. So if you're in England, Europe, then, well, I guess anywhere around the world, really, open casting call to get your kid to be in the brand new Harry Potter TV show. And for those kids, I say Godspeed because that is going to be the next 10 years of your life. And it's going to be well worth it. Andy, I'm auditioning for Hermione. Do it, man. You can do it. I think you could do it, and you do it really well. And you have my vote of confidence in it. You could do Snape. You could do Professor Snape as well. Who else could you do? Yeah, you could do Snape. You could do Malfoy. Yeah, there's a lot of people you could do. But Hermione, you could do it, man. I believe in you. Also, now this is something that's been like, yeah, we're doing it, we're not doing it. It's in the background. It's not in the background. It's dead. It's it's a little bit like that. Eddie, I'd be like, I'd be better Hagrid. No, man, no, not Hagrid. You need to 100%. You need to be Hermione. That's which I forgot. Yeah, I did say around the world could be auditioning for this, but they'll probably do the same thing what they did for the movies, where you only be English to it. So that's probably why it's only a UK casting call now that I say that. So, unfortunately, I cannot play Snape, so that sucks. But I'll keep that in mind. Sorry, this movie has stopped, started, is happening, is not happening. It's been laying dormant for many, many years. It's Constantine 2 with Keanu Reeves. So Keanu Reeves has said, the producers said, the cast said they would all love to come back and do a movie. Now, at the moment, one of the producers has said in a recent interview that the script is ready to go. It looks good. He's also scared. Well, sorry, he believes it will look good. He's just scared to open it, but he said the script is fully done. Now, the problem is that it's great the script is done, but where this is going to be in James Gunn's verse is the big question. Is this going to be set aside like the Bat verse, or sorry, Matt Reeves verse, and be something separate like that, or is this going to be weaved into James Gunn's brand new DC moving forward? If you're going to have Keanu Reeves as your DC Constantine moving forward for multiple appearances, that is a win. That is 100% a win. But how this movie is going to work in that all separate, I would love to see Constantine 2. The first movie was fantastic. It has a great full cast. It's one of those uncut gems, if you will, and I definitely need to go check it out. But yeah, Constantine fans, you might be waiting a little bit longer, but we're going in the right direction. We've got further steps, which is a good sign. Speaking of the Matt Reeves verse, Matt Reeves has recently said in an interview, which I was kind of no surprise this, is that it will be a trilogy. It's intended to be a trilogy, which I have no doubt that the success of Batman 2 is highly anticipated. There's so many rumors about it. Still so far away. It's still so far away. It's like coming out in 2026. It's so far away. But that's how far away that it was. I felt like Batman Begins and The Dark Knight was a lot sooner. But Matt Reeves, and then after that, we'll get on to wrap up the trilogy. I'm very excited to know this will be a trilogy. I think it'll be fantastic. But I would love to know, if this is going to be a trilogy, who do you want to see in Batman 2, and who do you want to see in Batman 3? You know, there's a lot of people saying they want to see Clayface, they want to see Mr. Freeze, they want to see other characters like Hush. They're coming to the big screen for the very first time, which would be exciting. So there's a lot of characters at play, but I'd love to see Hush. I'd love to see them all. I'd love to see new villains come to the big screen in a different way. I think the Matt Reeves verse with Mr. Freeze would be great. The Mad Hatter, just these smaller villains, just think it would be fantastic to see. But a trilogy is coming. But look, it's taking this long to get part 2. Part 3, God, I'm going to be 40 by the time we get this. And I'm only 31 now. I'm going to hold my breath for that one. That's so far away. So funny. Also, GTA fans, don't you worry. The recent interview with Rockstar is that Gran Turismo 6 is still on track to drop next year. So I'm really excited for this. As the entire gaming world is excited for this, but don't worry, Gran Turismo 6 is still on track, so definitely get ready for the biggest game of 2025, and I have no doubt will be the game of the year. Now, this is oh my god. When I was reading this, holy shit. Like, god damn. So, to no one's surprise, Xbox has let go of even more employees of 650 people, bringing up a total of 2,000 people have been let go since Microsoft absorbed and bought Activision Blizzard, which is just insane to think about. So over 2,000 people have been let go, but this recent 650 people that have been laid off, Phil Spencer did say that apparently this is their best to try and minimize disruption as the merger continues and as they shift everything around. I'm yet to see a full positive of them making this acquisition. So far, I just feel like it's just letting people like we reported a few months ago when the other employees were let go. Now these are going like who is going to be left? Like who is going to be left at Xbox? Honestly, like just the fact of like all these people gone, it's like that's not good, and it's a terrible sign to see in the gaming industry at the moment. All I can hope is those 650 people will go make their own gaming studio and shift the landscape. When things get down, people find solutions and find a different way to combat the big boys. And if they make their own studio, hell, great things come from small studios. Remember that. Great things come from small studios. So, this may look bad, but I hope something really good can come from it. But right now, Microsoft is just, you ain't looking good at the moment. And yeah, just a little bit hard. And we're also got something else that's a little bit hard on the other side of the fence with Sony, which I was a bit like, okay, that's shit too, which is PlayStation 5 being an absolute fail to a degree. So, how can I put this? We got the reveal this week of the PlayStation 5 Pro, which we knew was coming. We got the reports. It's about time, a little bit earlier than I expected it would be, given the lifespan of PlayStation 5, but we got it. Now, when the specs were revealed, what's it going to be doing? Good fucking Lord. This is some grade A bullshit and some slight win to a minor niche of people compared to overall. So the PlayStation 5 is absolutely juiced to high heaven. This has got more processing power. This has got more space. This is faster, better visuals. This thing is juiced. This thing is for the hardcore gamer. Not your average gamer. This is for your hardcore gamer. And for hell, it's got 2 terabytes of space. That's fantastic. But here's the kicker, is it comes with no disk drive. A disk drive is an attachment that you have to buy separately and attach it to the PlayStation 5 Pro. That's not it. You have to buy that. Also, this costs more than the PlayStation 5 right now. So, in Australian dollars, it costs $1,100, $1,200 for this console, and it's $1,400 if you want the attachment. That is more than any console prior of PlayStation. Yes, like the PlayStation 3 came out, that was $1,000, but that came with a disc drive. This doesn't come with a disc drive, which doesn't make sense. So yes, they had to increase the space because of how big games are, but an insane price tag. You're paying more for less, but it is juiced up to high. It is juiced. So that's great, but it seems like loss at the same time. I was talking to my gaming friends, and none of us were looking at this going, oh, I can't wait to buy this. We all looked at it and went, oh, yeah, that might be a no. That's 100% a no. And I just don't understand it. Like, I understand if it was like $1,100, $1,200, and came with a disc drive. I'd be like, okay, at least you get that. But you don't at all. You don't get that. it's a steep price for a console that, it's the graphics shows a lot better, but nothing like the difference that we got from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation Pro. Like when they got the PlayStation 4 Pro, you saw the significant difference compared to it. But this, it doesn't have a huge difference. But I did see one argument that I was like, okay, you got me there. And was that, it's going to come out, Gran Turismo 6 will come on PlayStation 5. But, playing Gran Turismo 6 on the PlayStation Pro will look incredible and play insane and will look great. But right now, I'm not going to pay for that price. Gran Turismo 6 is very far away. So, yeah, I'm not going to be... I can tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I will not be buying this console. This will be 12 months down the track before I even think about buying this. And even then, I'll have to push myself to buy it because I have to buy a disc drive to play a console, which is a ridiculous thought that I'm going to pay more for this. And it was talk about a oh my God, that is just 4 different types of PlayStation 5 before we get Gran Turismo 6. Hey, that's true, actually. You got the PlayStation 5. Then you got the PlayStation 5 with no disc drive. And now you got the PlayStation 5 Pro with no disc drive, and the PlayStation 5 where you have to buy the disc drive, which is ridiculous. And what's funny is that you could pay that amount for this, or you could literally go buy a Steam Deck that can play any game from the Steam library that is also very juiced up if you get the high one, which I think is like, 1,000. Actually, it could be $1,200. That doesn't come with a disc drive, but you have a massive catalog of PC games all in that. So if I just kind of felt I couldn't believe this when I saw it. I was like, what a joke. This is what? Like, you gotta be kidding me. Don't forget the handheld PlayStation where you have to have the PlayStation. Yeah, that's right. You have the portable PlayStation device, I forget its name, but you have to have the PlayStation 5 at the same time, which is kind of weird. Which is kind of weird, but understandably at the same time. So it's like, honestly, if you are not a hardcore gamer, there is no point for you buying this. There is 0 point. This is not, ooh, it's got a big difference. I gotta pick this up. This is more like, shit, I'm gonna wait until this comes down in price. The sales for this are gonna be dismal. I can honestly tell you right now is that when this drops, I don't expect this to sell off the shelves. PlayStation 4 Pro did reasonably good when that came out, understandably, but this ain't gonna fly. Something's gonna change in this. Wow. Like, I honestly, it's just a joke. 100% right now, Mr. Rant right here can tell you that this is a joke unless you're a hardcore gamer. It makes sense. But then again, what's your degree of hardcore gaming from if you're a hardcore gamer, you're playing on PC, aren't you? You're going to the superior race. You're playing on PlayStation 5. You've spent $3,000 or so on juicing up your PC. That's what you're playing on, right? You're not playing on a PlayStation. So that's what I mean. Like it's kind of like a minority group of who's going to be playing and buying this console. So it's just weird from Sony. And look, it's not 650 people being laid off like Microsoft, but this is something's gonna happen. Like, price is gonna come down. Like, if I'm gonna pick this up, I don't know. And like a Gran Turismo 6 bundle with a PlayStation 5 Pro, God, that's gonna be like $1,400, or even more. Jesus, that's gonna be ridiculous to say the least. But you let me know, like, what do you think about the PlayStation 5 Pro? And hey, Mr. Mark My Words, he's probably the best person to ask on this. Sir, what was your take on the PlayStation 5 Pro? I'm saying right now it's an absolute joke. Absolute joke altogether. Roughly 1K. Actually, I looked at it's about $1,100, $1,200 for us. It's over $1,000, roughly, give or take, for this. It is. Don't. Yeah, this is. Wow. And but the thing at the same time, it's like, no, they announced this, but there was no like game trailers with it either. Like, it's no massive, Mr. Mark my words, massive L, literally not a single positive out of the whole event. That's what I mean. Like, this whole event that happened, it wasn't like, oh, here's the PlayStation 5 Pro, and here's a brand new trailer for Gran Turismo 6 showing its peak performance. This was just like, no, here you go. Here's the little differences, but nothing major. Not to mention, you got like, God of War going to PC. It's already on PC. So if you want to play something at that high tech, you're going to PC, which is the master race. So yeah, the backlash for this has been insane. Probably not as sane as I think it was the Xbox One. They dropped with the fact that it had to be connected online the entire time, and it wouldn't work unless it was. That was a little bit different. And that did get a huge backlash. But this is almost like, hey, you're the most powerful thing. Mr. Mike Moore is no disk drive, instantly not worth your time and money. High quality, just get a PC at the point, especially. Yeah. If you're paying over 1K, just get a PC at the end of the day. Couldn't agree more. But yeah, I'd love to know everyone's thoughts. What do you think about the PlayStation 4 Pro? Are you picking this up, or is this a massive, I couldn't give it more of a shit, and I'm just going to go buy a PC instead? Or wait until it at least comes down half in price. That is also the next thing. Also, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to wrap up this particular episode of Let's Give a Rant, I would like to remind you that this week we've got Agatha Harkness streaming on Disney Plus, and we've got the Penguin TV show also streaming on HBO Max. And for Australia, it is going to be on Binge. The Binge, which is a platform that nobody uses in Australia. Yay. Couldn't be on Amazon. It couldn't be on Stan. It couldn't be on anything else. Had to be on Binge. Yeah, I can't wait to pay for that and get a free trial for that for just about a month, which is shit. But Agatha's all coming, and which we're going to be reviewing every single week. We have guests lined up for Agatha. We have guests lined up for the Penguin. And in between that, we've got Joker. We've got so much coming over the next few months. For the next few weeks while this is coming out. And as I said at the beginning of this episode, this time next week when we review Agatha, I'll be married. So and be wearing a wedding ring. That's going to be a weird feeling. But it's very exciting, and I can't wait. So that's what I'm going to be doing next Thursday. But yeah, that's what we're going to be reviewing over the next few weeks. So strap yourselves in. Make sure you get that. Make sure you watch Agatha, watch Penguin. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for coming past. And until next time, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.